Hi, House and Home. I'm Maya Maboom. Welcome to my newest project at Kyle Moore in the Angus community in Markham. We are in a 3-story townhouse in the Angus Glen community in Markham. This townhouse is just over 2,400 square feet, has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. It is a corner house, so it has a lot of natural light flooding the home because of all the windows. As a pre-construction designer for Kyle Moore, I'm always tasked with imagining how families will live in the space and how they'll create memories and connect. I just wanted to make sure that when working with a luxury design concept, we don't compromise on comfort and livability. For this particular home, being a 3-story townhouse, the street access is from the ground level, and on the 2nd floor is where you'll find the kitchen. It's where I start the design process, primarily in homes like these where I want to merge elevated living with functionality. There are a lot of curved elements in this home. We have this stunning curved alcove on the range wall clad with this beautiful statuary natural marble stone, and it's contrasted with a plaster on the face. For the wine collector, we've added a wine display cabinet. The walnut is the anchor in this home. You'll see it on the custom millwork. We use just a contemporary shaker-style cabinet, but we've added a brass inlay detail which adds a lot of depth and opulence and sophistication. We added some beautiful display cabinetry flanking the curved alcove range wall, added some beautiful brass details that align and coordinate really nicely with the brass shelving in the inlay. All of the layering just adds a lot of dimension. It just makes the space feel so rich. This is a really great inset cutting board. Anything that is integrated is always a plus. I wasn't afraid of using color this time around. This home feels a lot more traditional than anything we've done in the past, and teal became that foundation that we've used throughout. You see it on that sleek waterfall island. It's not overpowering, but it's just the right amount to give it that flair. And I always like to add banquettes anytime I get the opportunity to do so. We have a banquette that's in that teal color that we've used on the island, and then we've added some softer elements with the brass-like cushion and the curved seating. The kitchen table for the banquette is actually a custom design that I worked on with our millwork supplier. I wanted to extend it to the width of the window, but I also wanted to continue the curved elements and be able to add additional seating. Whenever you have a round table, you can kind of maneuver seats and it's not so rigid. Between the dining and the kitchen, we have a servery, so that area connects the 2 spaces together. What I love about that one area is it has all the finishes that we've introduced in the kitchen. The statuary marble, the subway tile, the brass brackets, and the walnuts, as well as the teal cabinetry. So it's one area that showcases all of those beautiful layers. The living dining room is meant to feel elevated and formal. I wanted to create a space that was suited for entertaining, but not rigid and too fussy. I wanted to create 2 distinct zones, but keep them connected. So you'll notice there's some beautiful ceiling details, applied molding that unifies the space, but keeps the 2 areas distinct and standalone. There is a stunning chandelier. It's absolutely spectacular. It commands the space, but it doesn't feel overpowering. A lot of the pieces that you see in there, although feel tailored, are comfortable. They're deep enough for lounging and work with the space planning, and we've anchored everything with a beautiful travertine coffee table, so it's nice and low, but adds more texture and some color in there as well. In the dining space, we have a solid marble table that's paired with stunning Aberrine chairs. They're dramatic, and they also have curved legs that echo the curves that you've seen throughout the home. The sideboard in the dining room is a custom piece that I designed and had made to connect with the kitchen, so it's the same material we used, same color. Custom pieces have a bit of a premium, but they allow you to fit the scale of the home, select your colors, and keep everything connected. With every Kyle Moore home, there's a lot of distinct architectural features. This is a corner house, so the 2nd floor we have 10-feet ceilings and windows on all walls, so that allows for natural light to flood through and an airy feel, which balances all the heavier elements. It just keeps everything really nice and light. The powder room is really like a jewel box in the home. It just feels dramatic in there. We have the walnut mirror and a reeded vanity that's integrated sink. I've used Benjamin Moore stained glass for the color of the walls, which connects with the teal cabinetry in the kitchen.
On the 3rd floor, we have 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. In the primary bedroom, we have windows on 2 walls. I didn't want to interfere with the architecture, so I designed a sculptural headboard that wraps around a room and extends into a shades, maximizing on the square footage, but also customizing the space so that it doesn't interfere with the views with the windows. It also allowed us to add some texture and color through the fabric. Everything is very soft and serene and and it's meant to feel like a retreat in there. But there are some bold elements with the area rug, and it connects with the artwork that we've chosen in there. The primary bedroom also has a custom closet. There's millwork that rises to meet the ceiling, and we've tried to incorporate all the different elements of storage solutions in there, and it's really beautiful. The primary ensuite is spacious. We've tried to pull a lot of the colors and materials that we've used on the main floor up in that area. The large format porcelain tile we used on the floor and the walls connects with the statuary marble in the kitchen. We have a freestanding vanity that has rounded corners, wall-mounted faucets that are in a beautiful brass finish. When we were designing the ensuite, there was some space to add a niche for the soaker tub bath essentials, and visually it's really stunning. The main bath upstairs has fun 4x4 green handcrafted tile that pulls that color palette upstairs and adds some really beautiful visual interest. In addition to the primary bedroom, we have two secondary bedrooms. One is outfitted more in a soft, airy aesthetic, and they're quite spacious. They have high ceilings and they're nice and wide, so you can fit a queen-size bed in there and all of the essentials for a bedroom. On the lower level, we created a cozy media room with backyard access. We added a built-in cabinet with a media wall, a fireplace, and we've clouded it with a beautiful porcelain that pulls a lot of the colors that we've used in the home. It's really stunning, and I feel like it's a perfect retreat for our family. Notably, there's a mudroom that also functions as a laundry room, and we've used some really beautiful finishes to elevate the space for utility room that's not forgotten, and it feels like an extension of the home. This is the same porcelain we used in the media room around the corner, so it's a great way to connect those two spaces and to pull the color palette together. One of my favorite elements in this space is the handcrafted tile for the floor. It's durable, it's non-slip, but it's so charming. It creates a lot of dimension with the color. And in this area here, we added a dual function of a mudroom built in. So coming in from the garage or from the main entrance, there's a designated area to drop all of your belongings. I always have a family in mind when I'm designing any house. Imagine how a family is going to connect with the space, how they're going to create memories. I try to push the envelope as much as I can, and not only add beautiful, aesthetically pleasing features, but I want to add things that make sense, that will work with any family that's living here. But yeah, it's really fun to do things that are out of the ordinary and experiment with curves and colors and materials. And when they all get layered and come together, it's very rewarding.